Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So before we get ahead of ourselves, welcome back. So I'm making this video mainly purely so people know because I had a few I've had a few questions personally. Basically, if you want to upgrade your computer so it doesn't lag in games, what do you do? Well, quite simply, first things first, make sure you've got enough RAM. 8 gigs tends to be enough. So if I look in my memory here, I've got 8 gigs installed. I've got 2 slots used, and it says right up there, 8 gig, 2 out of 2, which means I can't put any more in without checking all the RAM out and putting new ones in, which you could obviously do, but cheaper just to keep with 8 gigs. I've got I've got 8 gigs in mine. It's currently sitting at 72% usage, but I've got a lot of internet tabs open on my second desktop at the moment. I've got a lot of stuff open on there. Oh, stuff. A lot of stuff from my server still open on there from yesterday. But yes. Anyway, guys, so basically, make sure you've got enough RAM first of all. 8 gigs tend to be good. As you can see down here, I've got my graphics card in. The graphics card is what will make the most difference. Obviously, if you've got a bad CPU, that'll make a difference. Mine's an i5, so mine's a decent CPU. It's got 4 cores. I think it's one of best i5s. I'm probably wrong there, but you know, my friend will probably correct me, I'm sure. But also notice I'm running at oh no, I'm not. Yeah, yeah, I'm running at a slower clock speed than what my base speed is. Quite a lot lower actually. I'll have to have a look at that. I wonder if it'll ramp up with the more usage. Does seem like it is. But yeah, it makes sense actually. But anyway, your GPU here. If you're on a laptop, unfortunately, I'm sorry you can't. Um, Unfortunately, there isn't a way you can easily put in a graphics card. You can obviously get an external caddy for a thing, but you need some. You tend to need to have one of the newer um graphics card enclosure. There we go. Graphics card enclosure. So you tend to need. They tend to be quite expensive as it is. So even something like that, for instance, tends to be quite expensive as that. PCIe graphics, yeah, no, that ain't actually thingy. But you need something like that. There's a 4-slot PCIe expansion, but you technically only need a 2-slot, so something probably like that. But that's still a Thunderbolt 3, and unless your computer and stuff has a USB 3 Thunderbolt port or a Thunderbolt port on it, you you're not it's not worth it. So unfortunately, obviously if you don't have that, then I'd suggest buying a new laptop. You can probably get a gaming laptop for quite cheap. Um Obviously you've got your thing here. So I've just found this one out from my friend's mum actually. She's messaged me asking to upgrade my friend's brother's computer. And it's quite simple. I picked out this one, the Gigabyte Nvidia GeForce GTX 1030. So that's like one step down from what mine is. So that's a quite high-end graphics card for actually quite cheap. I might looking into buying that myself. But yeah, that's quite cheap. And obviously you don't need anything super expensive if it's just for basic gaming. And from the screenshot I saw where it showed desktop as well, it doesn't look like there's many games on there. There's obviously some games I've seen which don't really require the GPU, such as Roblox don't require the GPU, but things like Minecraft can benefit from the extra RAM from the GPU. Something like Space Engineers, which I've played quite a lot recently. I think I've got 200 and some hours logged on it. That is quite from what I can see, GPU intensive. Because I didn't have a GPU in my old computer case at all, because it was all in one, and I couldn't play it. It was unrunnable. So graphics card, definitely your best bet. This one's alright because it has HDMI and DVI. So there's your HDMI, there's your DVI. It just plugs into your PCIe slot on your motherboard. And obviously, if you don't know where that is, if you just look underneath where your CPU is in your computer case, there'll be long slots going across. If you look at them long slots, you need the longest one. It tends to be at the top of the case, top of the kind of a bank of them, because you tend to have about 3 or 4 of them depending on your motherboard. Obviously, you need one of the long ones to match with that slot. And your fan should point down in your case as well, depending on what orientation it is. But assuming you haven't got any PCIe risers and stuff, and if you're watching this video, then you probably won't anyway. But yeah, you match it up, you plug it in, turn it on. Make sure your display output, which normally would come out your motherboard, make sure it comes out of one of these two, because otherwise you won't get any video output, and you'll be a bit confused on why. Because your computer prioritizes video output on your graphics card. So unless you disable that in your BIOS, which you can do, but you won't, as far as I'm aware, you get a little bit of a performance loss on that, because it has to transfer it back, all the video information has to transfer back into your computer. There's thing went out from the computer instead of transferring it straight out of the graphics card, like that would. I've suggested this one purely because it has the one-click super overclocking, so in case it isn't fast enough for whatever reason, they can overclock it, and that should be good. It has Aorus graphics utility engine, which I'm not 100% sure what is, but I've heard it is good. And I've noticed down here, this is wrong, because how does it have 1TB RAM? I don't think you can get 1TB RAM. I'm sorry, but I don't think you can. And it's, well, processor, yeah, I suppose that's correct, but yeah, that's a little bit wrong. But yeah, 300 watts as well. Make sure your power supply is powerful enough. Mine is a 500 watt. So if you've got a i5 and you're looking to get a graphics card, get something. In my opinion, get something like a 1050 if you've got a 500 watt power supply. If not, you may need to have a look at how much power your computer is using while you're doing resource intensive stuff on it. So maybe get some sort of power monitor type thing just to make sure, because if you plug it in, you start gaming, it'll just turn off, and you don't want to be halfway through a game and it just turns off because you've overloaded your power supply, which is not the end of the world. You'll just have to turn it back on, like, but I think you have to wait a bit afterwards as well. But yeah, something like that. I've sent them the image, and they seem to like it, so I'm making this so they know exactly what to do. But any issues, feel free to drop me a message on my Discord. My Discord will be linked in the description below. Any issues on there I can't fix, I can refer you to my friend who can. My friend's also in the Discord, he'll probably help as well, but he's barely online. And yep, I think that's about everything, guys. It's only going to be a quick one today. Yeah, it's only a 10-minute video so far. But yeah, guys, and like I said, you can easily get. Well, I originally searched for a 960, but I don't think there is any 960s anymore. And like that's about the graphics card I've got. Mine's even better than that actually. So I don't know how that's possible. Because that's oh no, it's not a Ti. Mine must be a 1050 Ti then. Because if you look at mine, guys, mine's actually got wrong one. If you look at mine here, what just says GTX 1050. I've got a dedicated GPU memory, but GPU memory. Okay, so I do technically have dedicated a 2 gig, which has been absolutely fine. You may need to change a few settings to low or medium. You won't be running on 4K Ultra HD with 1050 by any stretch. If you want to run at 4K 1080p or whatever, well, if you want to run at 4K with Ultra HD, you're probably looking for a 2080 Ti. Yeah, exactly. Some are obviously they're very new cards if you've been staying up to date with stuff. So yeah, they're very new cards, and these are actually quite expensive for them. But somewhat like that. They're very expensive. Don't get me wrong, but or I think I don't know if it's out yet, but the 1160 Ti, I think it is going to be. Yeah, no, it's not out yet. It's just the 1160 GTX. Let's try that. See if that comes up. No, not yet. X it would be on here, but it is the there's 1060s. They're all right. It's better than mine, so I didn't want to suggest anything that were better than mine because I'd get a bit jealous, like. But you know, if we want to put out the extra cash to it, I'd suggest getting the 1050 Ti, which again is better than mine. So just a 1050 by itself would be good, but that's basically mine. Mine's got two fans and stuff like that, so I think mine actually might be the Ti because that's almost identical to the box mine came. That is basically the box mine came in, and that's almost identical to my graphics card. In case you guys haven't seen it already, I'm looking to get that B. I want to get that the 1080. The 1080 is all right because I think that I have to double check my friend, but I think that does support 4K. I'm not 100% sure though. You see that uses 500 watts by itself, which means my power supply in there won't be good enough. So you just need to make sure whatever you're buying that you're in too powerful for your power supply. Also, I doubt it highly, but it can sometimes be thermals in the case, causing it to be slower. And look at that, I managed to click on something else. It sometimes can be the thermals in your case, so just keep an eye on whether while you're gaming or whatever, just keep an eye on something like CPU Z, and just keep an eye on this bit here, or just tend to click on your thing, and you can just see how much your CPU is doing and how much your graphics card's using. So I can guarantee you if I launch Space Engineers now, this would go poof and put it straight along top for all these pretty much. Just because of how much Space Engineers requires, even though it's running on medium settings. To be fair, it's barely playable. It's not unplayable, it's barely playable without a graphics card. But that's when they're on low settings, so I wouldn't recommend it. But most games you can get away with medium or whatever settings on a card like that. So if you've got any question, guys, feel free to drop me a message on my Discord, or if you're lucky enough to have some way to get directly in touch with me, drop me a message. I'm more than happy to help. Yeah, guys, I do believe that's it. End of this video very quickly, guys. A few shout outs. First shout out goes to the lucky person who I randomly pull out of my servers thing. I guess I don't have anyone in here. Oh, okay then. Well, I'll just have to pick some then. Right. First shout out goes to my friend Chris. You can find him on my Discord. He doesn't do much on there, but he's on there either way. Second shout out goes to my friend Sky. Awesome. I'm sorry, but yeah. We've been friends. I think it's been about 5 years now we've been friends. And she gets annoying most of the time. I will admit that. But when I try and ring her and she's going, I'm going through a tunnel, sorry. And then hangs up the call on me. That gets quite annoying. But apart from that, it's just more banter than anything else now that. And then finally, shout out to Mad Killer. Mad Killer's actually my city communications officer, which basically means she can go on the city and go, oh, you're not behaving, ban. Oh, you're not behaving, ban. And she has to do that for all the servers, so basically she's co-owner. I just tell her to think of it as co-owner, because she basically is. And just so you guys can see here, essential gaming computers, I can literally something as simple as that is 523 quid. That actually might be almost, hang on, that might be better than mine. Hold on a second. I'm getting in touch with people who provided mine. I'm friends with them, and this is better than mine. I don't think it has a graphics card though. Yeah. So you guys can see it there. If I can't really see it, but you guys can see it just in the middle there. Well, I wish I could show you guys it, but I can't, can I? Maybe, yeah. So you guys can see it just there. Them there are your PCIe slots. That one would be your best bet for fitting your graphics card in, and then the end of it would come out there. You bit with the um, your little ports on it. Your power supply, double check the wattage. It'll tell it down there on it. If not, you might need to unscrew it, take it out, and have a look. But it'll say on it how many watts it is. But yeah, guys, that'll be your PCIe slot. And depending on this one, I'm not sure exactly the motherboard, but that might be a 16x. That might be a, I think it's 2x, and then that might be an 8x. Your best bet is plug it in the 16. It'll be faster, basically. Nice blue fans though, I do admit. RGB's everything. RGB don't help with your performance, but everyone likes to think it does. Yeah, it's not a bad case actually. It's almost as good as mine. I like how I've covered up the USB 3 port though. It's like, yeah, this motherboard doesn't have USB 3. Instead of sticking it there like they have on mine, they've just covered it up completely. That's quite funny. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're not already, guys, check out my server. And if you're not already, drop me a message on Discord. We name and stuff. And obviously, if you're not already, I'll add you to the server. It's as simple as that. Just make sure you've got a microphone for Discord, and I'll see you on the server. We're currently looking for staff on the server. I've just found one of the new mods on the server. I'm probably going to keep her as mod because we've got technically 2 or 3 staff members and 1 mod, and obviously 2 co-owners, which is basically me and my other account, but everyone just thinks that other account's someone else because they all act weird about me on the server. So just to make sure that I can keep an eye on them, kind of thing, I have an alternate account, which is good. Anyway, guys, yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Like I said, check out my Discord in the link below. And also check out the top corner of the video if I remember. There'll be a card there to one of my most popular live streams at the moment, as well as well, one of my most recent live streams will be on top corner. And if you guys want, I'll put a poll up there as well. If you guys want another video like this dedicated to helping people with PC stuff, PC problems or whatever, just hit the answer on that thing. It'll be a yes or a no. Simple as. Hit it. Let me know. And again, any questions, just drop us them on Discord. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.